Hello there, we are Geeks Assembled, and today Susan and myself are discussing a 2012 movie based on a comic book character who was created in 1977, who upholds the law, who is the law. We are talking the movie Dredd, named after the character Judge Dredd, starring Carl Urban in the main role, taking over from Stallone in the other film, but we won't talk about. We may get round to discussing that one day. Um, but yeah, this is Dread, where two law enforcers are trapped in a block of apartment in an apartment block, which is under control of Mama, a drug lord who knows no bounds. So we've got Carl Urban in the lead as Dread. We've got Olivia Thirlby has his rookie as Rookie Anderson, and we have Lena Headey as Mama. Everybody knows who Headey is from if you're a
Cersei
game.
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So she's still playing a nasty piece of work in this. Um, so yeah, and it's a movie about survival, really, until the cavalry come. So we'll move over to Susan then. Her opening thoughts on Dread.
Yeah, Lena Headey, she's badass. I mean, she's amazing. She's like a dark side Moss character, you know? Um yeah, she was in the Purge, she was Cersei, she was in like 300, she played like the Queen Gorgo, and then she played the the evil one in Dark Crystal, the series, so she's really good at that. And in this one, she goes through some trials and tribulations as she is generating the drug known as Slo-Mo. And Slo-Mo is taken very much the same as someone with an inhaler. And it's sucked in and it slows time down, dilates time. The subjective experience of time, and it's quite intense. The feelings and things that you can, I mean, it makes you able to accomplish stuff too.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it is really, really interesting how that all works. Um and then there's the fact that Dredd is trapped in this ginormous housing block, which really is like a block. It's a four-sided building with four uh right angle hallways forming like a square in the middle that with an open atrium, and you can lock down the whole building that way. That so I mean, they're trapped in there, and the action scenes are brilliant. I mean, I've never seen somebody blow up that much concrete wall. It was just amazing. And let's see. Um, yeah, so basically it was a pretty simple story of Slo-Mo gangsters, different gangs on different floors, but all basically run by Mama and Dredd and this rookie. Oh, and the fact that these other judges are corruptible and Dredd and the rookie are not. So that's
But,
fun too.
yeah, Dredd in the comics was never corruptible. He was by the book, and that's why he seemed to be a loner. He's never to have any friends was Dredd, and that's why he became one of the leading judges by the book.
Yep.
Even if it took a lot of violence to get what he wanted, which I think, I mean, two people have played him on screen now. So we had Stallone in the first movie and Carl Urban in this. And to be honest, Carl Urban gets it right.
Uh-huh.
He nails Dredd sort of character. It's difficult because to make a character what people like Dredd, with only his mouth visible.
Mm-hmm.
He's acting, in his leather suit with the helmet. He never takes off.
Right. So he
He
has
never
to do it all with his voice and with his,
and his movements.
yeah,
Um,
it's all gesture based.
yeah. So great acting. As I say, you never see Urban's full face. Never see his eyes in the movie or anything. It's just the base of his nose and his mouth.
Yeah. But
Um,
don't
which
people like learn how to do that kind of acting skill in class by doing mask
the,
work?
yeah, they might do. I mean, everything Carl Urban has done, movie wise or TV, he has been a success.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
True. That's
some some
true.
some people may debate the Star Trek reboots, but he was brilliant as McCoy.
He was. He did a really good job.
Um, the Boys, on the TV
Mhm.
as Butcher, um, amazing character, and as Dredd is amazing. Also in I think he was in the Thor movies as well, wasn't he? As one of the
As an Asgardian.
as an Asgardian. I mean, he's been in other things, but the ones what stand out, like this one, the mainstream movies, he he just nails Dredd. Where Stallone in the other movie just, I don't know, it, it was a bit of a hit and miss with that movie.
He played a guy named Scourge in Thor Ragnarok.
That, yeah, I knew it was in one of. I couldn't remember which one it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, but to say to get the character right from just a comic book strip, bring him to life, get the voice, there's a gruff voice, and make that character come to life just using, as you say, the movement and
The gestures.
the gestures and just the mouth. Uh, Amazing. Um, and I
Bec-
say that.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
And because the judge hasn't got one of those shining personalities,
Yeah.
he's it is hard because you don't ever see him smile, you don't see him laugh. It
Mm.
is, but it doesn't affect his emotional range.
Yeah, that's true. And he did rage a lot in this.
Yeah.
Uh, it, I mean, he was even raging when he got shot. He was just that he wasn't expecting to get shot through the wall.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, to set it. I mean, as you say, it's just a simple survival story: trapped, survive, and escape. That's
Exactly.
that's what it is. I mean, and the scenery as well. As you say, the setup of the building, amazing set. Um,
What
the
do they call that architecture? It's like the way the Boston City Hall is made. It's called brutalist architecture, or brutal architecture.
yeah, and also the outside scenery. I think it was filmed in South Africa. Um, the outside locations, which you don't see much of, but because the too busy running around in that big block, that building, it was called Peach Trees.
Hmm.
Um, and then you say you're getting Mama, getting all the gangs just to go and kill those two judges.
Hmm.
What power she had. Well, everybody was afraid of her.
Yeah.
Um, but a great character played by Lena. There was another actor in this I recognised. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh yeah.
He was the tech kid, wasn't he? On
Uh-huh.
the I was watching it. I thought, I've seen him before. Then it came to me who he was. He's been in many films.
Yeah, yes.
But yeah, a good all-out action movie. Um, so I'm going to throw it back to you, Susan.
And
Red.
uh and my favorite bits uh were the kind of panic that set in when they were locking down the building,
Yeah.
and how incredibly um it, it was just like it was the way you thought of the way you imagine sort of Stalinish Russia was, you
Hmm.
know?
I mean, when they did, when the gang did lock the building down,
Yeah,
Dredd had told that homeless guy, "I
to sit
don't
in
want
the
to see you
door.
here next time I come out." And he sat in the doorway, and the door came down. Oh,
Slide him right in half. Yep.
yeah. I mean, this God,
And the
this movie. I
oh,
said this movie was filmed in 3D. You Dread 3D in the theaters, and you can see it was in 3D. The way things were like sort of coming filmed, but to me that added to it. Even if you wasn't watching it in 3D, the color, when or the blood or whatever, it was so vivid. I think it added to it
yeah.
the way it was. I mean, I think the 3D um, phase of movies has passed again because we don't seem to get many of them now. We had a lot of them all at once, didn't we? Every movie what was coming out was a 3D movie, but now it seemed to have died off. But I think it added something to this movie to have that sort of effect in it.
Oh yeah. I see that. That's true. And the chief judge was I mean there was um there was a lot of stuff coming at you in the frame.
Mm,
I mean, there was the shrapnel, and if you're on the other side of the, if you're on the side that was getting shot, you had all the bullets coming at you, and the
Yeah.
bullets all had those golden tracers. And then on the other side, you'd see all the brick and the cinder block bricks and concrete just exploding out and coming at you. So I can imagine that those effects were really intense.
Mm.
And then the length of, like, the falling down the center atrium
Under the influence of Slo-Mo.
under the influence of Slo-Mo. I mean, wow.
Some great shots, especially when Mama goes over the edge.
Yeah.
Great shots. The way it looks.
The that atrium was like, I mean, that was amazing. I just think that that whole thing, I mean, like, yeah.
I mean, those poor
Echo.
skateboarding kids. What was skateboarding on the outside of the building when it went on shutdown?
Yeah.
They were stuck outside there, and it looked quite cold.
Yeah, for a couple days, right?
Yeah, quite cold. It was quite cold, until Dredd blew a hole in the wall
Right.
to
And
get
um
communication.
and then they were starting off together from the Hall of Justice, and even that name was like, DC just stole that name right from that.
I don't know. I don't know if DC had it before. I mean, there was a Hall of Justice. Was there in the 60s
And
in
the
the comic?
Super Friends in the
Yeah,
70s
70s. But this Judge Dredd was
or
70s. So
80s.
yeah, but who knows? I mean, I don't think there's a copyright on the Hall of Justice name, is there?
No, no, but I just was like, it's just something I noticed. And then the other thing was like, uh, the chief judge, played by Rocky Iola, she just towered. She munched the scenery, munch, 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 ate it all up. And yeah, that was really good.
I was going to ask you what was your take on um, Rookie Anderson being a genetic mutant with psychic abilities? What did you think to that?
Yeah, that's present in a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah, but it worked well with the story.
Yeah, it did.
I mean,
Since you could see through the eyes of somebody in slow-mo.
yeah, or say trying to get the information out of one of the criminals, or going into their heads.
Yeah.
The criminals think I can do anything in my head to you, but no, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Those sordid visuals, what he wanted to do to her.
Mm-hmm.
But he got his comeuppance.
Yeah, I did. That's true.
Never grab hold of a judge's lawgiver
Right.
and try and fire it because it's ID locked.
Hmm.
Just blow your ammo. But, but
Oh,
yeah,
that was good. That was really, it's fingerprint. Just
yeah.
don't touch that. I'm like,
No. But yeah, great, great action movie.
yeah, I
Said
I, I enjoyed it a lot.
there was more action in this movie than there was the Stallone movie.
Yeah, and more than in a lot of more than in a lot of the the genre stuff.
Mm.
But I mean, Carl Urban is really good at this sort of thing.
I mean, he has said he'd love to play him again if there was ever going to be a sequel.
Good,
Um,
good for
I don't
him.
think that's ever going to happen because it's sort of failed at the theatre, at the box office. I think the budget was 45 million and it raked in about 42.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the 2000 AD publisher have maintained the possibility of a second film.
Okay.
The options there. It's just when really, and I would like to see Cal Urban back. See where he could take this character.
Agreed.
I mean, what is this? 2012. This movie, so it's now 2024. So
Yeah.
I think it's about time we had a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
Uh,
so we're in agreement today about a lot of stuff. So
well, I tell you something.
not always do we agree, but sometimes we do.
But we also see each other's difference of opinion.
Yeah, it's true. That's also true. See,
and
we're
we
in
don't,
agreement there too.
and we don't say no, you're wrong.
Uh,
We just say,
okay.
okay, we'll agree to disagree, and we don't shout each other down
I know. It's true.
because we like talking about what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else about the movie Dredd?
Um, no, it's thanks. Oh, thank you for the primer on it. I was grateful for the little bit about the where the character came from and all that. That was
Oh,
really
the 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 video I found on YouTube.
uh-huh. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought, well, I knew you'd never heard of 2000 AD, and
Right?
Dredd was a new character to you, so I thought I'll give you a little bit of history. So, cool. I'm glad you watched it.
Thank
Uh,
you.
let's.
And let's I mean let's keep our eyes peeled for more of the 2000 AD uh content as you
Mm,
if you will.
we will do. We will do.
All right.
So we've got our places where we can find things.
Yeah,
So we say final saying score then.
sure.
Over to you.
All right. I really enjoyed this. I had high expectations for it. Um, and it lived up to them. And I didn't carry a lot of the I did remember the Stallone story, but it wasn't like it wasn't the primary one. The primary one that I was actually comparing this to was the Big Finish audio. And I liked it in a movie form better at this point, but so I'm just gonna go that one extra point
Mm,
and yeah, I'm gonna give this
wow.
10 big freezer blocks coming apart by bullets, shrapnel out of 10.
Right. I, I I enjoyed it. An all out it is an all out action movie. And he becomes Dread as soon as he's on screen.
Uh-huh.
Um, he knows what he's doing, does Carl Urban. So with all the other supporting cast, great visuals. Um, it's going to be 10 Slo-Mos out of 10.
Huh.
Um, Don't do drugs, kids. Yeah. If you've guys out there, if you've seen it, let us know. If you haven't, go and watch it, then come back and tell us what you thought of it. 18 rated,
Uh-huh.
and this is where we always ask if you want to join us. You've got to be 18 and over. It's just a little rule what we've got. If you want to join us, please message us. We're on all the social media platforms. This is where we share this video out. So, on X, Facebook, and all over the place, YouTube. Just leave us a message and say, I would like to be involved with you lot. All we ask of you is have a working camera and microphone on your device. And, of course, be 18 plus. And we'll get you on as soon as we can. Also, when you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put a video up. That is it. That is us done for another week, Susan. That's our cast done. Our double dread. So, please, you be safe out there. Abide by the law, or we'll come and sort you out. Bye for now.